Now, we've got the Feckus brothers here tonight. Mark and Paul, I think they're over at this table here. We've got the microphone over to them for a second. Okay, they were in their Hall of Fame recipients for 2011. Mark, we'll start with you. You were described at one stage as Ireland's greatest ever sailors. That's quite an accolade. Difficult to live up to?
Well, it was, but with a good teacher in Curly Morris. The first boat we ever got was Curly Morris's, and I think he realised after a short time he had sold as a pup. So he actually lent us his very good boat, and we were managed to progress and win our first titles through that boat.
You had great support though down through the years, and particularly from your own dad, who sadly passed away last year.
That's right, but I mean, the majority of the club members were all very helpful. As I said, Curly was one of those guys who was always willing to lend us his boat and give us some very good tips, up to the point we actually started to beat him. But no, we continue to work together with as members of the RY Performance Committee, and it's great to see that the younger ones are getting even more help these days. Okay, thanks Mark. Just pass the mic over to Paul there if you would. Oh, well, but I have to warn you, it's his birthday today, and he's been making great use of all this wine in the table. So he might sound like a washing machine.
Happy birthday, Paul!
Thank you, Ron.
So Paul, what's happening in the Brothers Feckus world at the moment? What's going on there? Are you involved in the coaching still?
We're still running around after the children. Obviously we've kids ourselves, so we spend our lives up and down the coast taking the kids to sailing events. So there's Mark's young fella was in the Irish squad for a wee while, and I have 2 young ones in it now as well. So.
Well, I was asking Curly there just how things have changed since the 60s. But what about for you guys? I mean, have you noticed many changes, particularly in the past 20 years?
I'm not that old, Ron.
But you must have noticed, I mean, has technology played a part? Because technology seems to be, you know, I heard someone being interviewed the other day and they were talking about, you know, sometimes it's good to stand still while the others look for the next big thing. Is that the case in sailing?
Well, sailing now has got very, very technical. The America's Cup is a big point in that. Like, everybody now would watch the America's Cup, where before you would never looked at it. If you weren't a sailor, the kids now just want to go faster and faster. And it's a good thing, but we need more money.
Right, you can return to the wine again. Thanks very much, Paul. And Mark Feckus. World champion sailors and from the Hall of Fame in 2011. So we now move on to our next award category, and it's for the Junior Sports Performer of the Year, which is sponsored by Caterpillar Northern Ireland Limited. This will be awarded for the most outstanding individual performance in the under-19 competition. We've got 4 nominations. Jenna McCarley for sailing. 2014 saw 12-year-old Jenna start to make waves in sailing, if you'll excuse the pun, as she began to compete in larger competitions. A dominant performance in her age category, and overall saw her finishing 2nd at the ITCA Worlds in Wales in a field of over 30 competitors. She also secured the ITCA National and Provincial Series in the under-12 age category. That's Jenna McCarley. And one other thing about Jenna, her success and undoubted talent has seen her gain selection for the RYA Junior Development Squad in preparation for the 2015 season. Mark McKinstry for golf. In one of the biggest growing sports currently, Mark has had an impressive and consistent and competitive 2014. He was selected from a pool of some 260 golfers to represent Ireland and Ulster teams at the under-18 level. Individually, he's also achieved some big results with notable wins at the Leinster under-18 youths, the Leinster boys under-16 and the Munster under-16 tournaments. His year was completed fittingly, as he secured the overall Ulster Under-18 Order of Merit title ahead of a large and competitive field, which saw him again selected for the Ulster and Ireland Under-18 development panels. Cameron Turley for motocross. What a first year competing for motocross and this rising star in the Ulster Championships. Cameron dominates, and a dominant ride saw him convincingly win 6 out of 7 Ulster Motocross Championship rounds. And it was worth noting that some engine trouble hampered his efforts to secure wins in all 7 rounds. His talent was quickly noticed, and he was signed up by the Husqvarna team to compete for them in the 2015 series. Alistair Burke for rugby and athletics. Macromoan teenager Alistair has managed to split his energies between several sports in 2014. His main sport of rugby has seen him selected to represent the Ulster under-17 squad and has since progressed through to the under-18 squad. In athletics, Alistair also represented Larne Grammar as part of the relay team who won the NEPSA Ulster relay title and then went on to represent Ulster at the All-Ireland finals. He somehow also finds time to row for Carntoo Rowing Club and even had time to compete in the local Strong Fest, or Strongest Team powerlifting event. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominations for this particular category. So, for the Junior Sports Performer of the Year, I'd like to call upon Carol Withers from Caterpillar, Northern Ireland to announce the winning name. We would like to sort that one out for you. Here you go, Carol.
Okay, so the winner of the Junior Sports Performer of the Year is Mark McKinstry.
To stay with it very quickly. Gosh, what a sporting family you're from, I tell you, and some fabulous golfers among them too. Your inspiration, McDowell, Clark or McIlroy? Rory really is the man, there's absolutely no doubt about that. Just how big a deal was it for you to get selected out of 260 other hopefuls? What for? Weren't you selected? Did you not hear what There's somebody giving me bum information here. Where was it here? He was selected from a pool of 260 golfers to represent Ireland and the Ulster teams. Have you got it now? That's rewinding, okay? Here we go. So how big a deal was it then?
Yeah, it was a very big deal with all the practice I'm doing and just the practice and just very happy to get picked for it.
I'm sure you were. Well, listen, congratulations, very well done. And I'm sure it's not the last time we'll see one of your family up here at the front. You must have some size of a mantelpiece at home. I thought so. Okay, Mark, well done. Mark McKinstry, ladies and gentlemen. Turning to our next award category, and that's Coach of the Year 2014, sponsored by Toll's Bookmakers. We've got 3 nominations here. Richard and Colin Adair for rugby. Brothers Richard and Colin have transformed the mini section of Larne Rugby Club, growing it to attract regular attendance numbers to over 100 people each week, young people. Coordinating coaches, coaching programs, administration, publicity, and even organising trips, and all in their own time. The future of the club has been safeguarded due to their fantastic work. That's Richard and Colin Adair for rugby. And of course, on top of all this, with busy family lives, you would wonder how they can do it. Well, there you go, everything is possible. Mark McManus for athletics, and involved in athletics all his life and still managing to compete at times. Mark has successfully led East Coast Athletic Club as head coach. He's designed and delivered a club coaching program for athletes of all levels and has had success with several elite runners. And his love of sport has driven what he would describe as his greatest achievement in 2014, however, the formation of the East Coast Cheetahs. The junior section of the club is way up there. But also with the extremely popular and successful junior section, Mark coordinates the club, introducing kids as young as 4 years of age into athletics. And already the club boasts over 40 members and continues to grow rapidly, safeguarding the future of local athletics in the process. And then we've got Gary Havering. A household name as a player, this certainly doesn't guarantee you success as a coach, but in 2014, local man Gary raised his profile as a coach. Finishing the 2013-14 season as manager of Carrick Rangers, his team narrowly missed out on promotion to the top tier of Irish football. In the summer, Gary took about constructing a new team and quickly secured silverware as he guided them all the way to winning the Steel and Sons Cup just before Christmas time, a much coveted trophy last won by the club back in the 1960s. And what is now very much his team, they continue to mount a promotion challenge once again this season as they sit well positioned in the current league campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, they're the nominations for Coach of the Year. We'd ask please Mandy Miller to join us at the front. Mandy, another regular here on behalf of Toll's Bookmakers. Round of applause for Mandy, please. There you go, Mandy, there's the mic.
The winner of Coach of the Year this year is Gary Haber.
Okay, Gary, if you can hang around. Now, first of all, you didn't have a good result last Saturday. I was listening out for you. It wasn't a good one.
No, it wasn't one of our better ones this year, but it was a big ask going to Crusaders. They're obviously going really well at the minute, but we got bigger fish to fry in terms of getting promoted out of this league and trying to get the club back into the Premier League where it belongs. Just
what are your chances of closing that gap with Bangor?
We believe, and I think that's been the big mental for us all season. We've dug in for each other. We've had a hard run. That Steel and Sons Cup one that we won that cup there was we had to beat the top teams in it. We had to beat Bangor, we had to beat ours, we had to beat the Welders, you know. So there's good belief in the camp, and they're really stuck together all season. So mountain of games to catch up on, but I believe we just take it one at a time and see where it takes us.
I mentioned there that 4-1 defeat by Crusaders, but it also happened, other things were happening at your club in that particular week, and I'm referring here to the passing of Charlie Johnson, a great friend to Carrick Rangers, a great friend to lots of people I'm sure in this room tonight. It must have been a big blow for you.
Yeah, it's been a terrible loss for the club. You know, Charlie's irreplaceable. When you're a club like Carrick, you know, we don't have masses of people in the background everyone doing jobs. Someone like Charlie maybe had 5 or 6 different responsibilities on match days, and that wasn't even given his administration roles that he had as well. But it just happened as a person. You know, he was another person that kind of made Carrick a wee bit of a special place to be for me since I've been there. You know, Michael's sitting there, who's the owner, the chairman's down with me tonight, so he is, and it's great credit to them, the club that they've got together up there. But people like Charlie just made it that wee bit more special as well. So he'll be sorely missed by us all.
But one thing for sure is that there's a good chance here that you could be leading the Amber Army into the Premiership.
Well, again, that's certainly the aim. It's been, I can't find the likes of Michael and Davey enough, and had the support I've had to give myself an opportunity. You know, I was a relatively young manager, and they've had faith in me, and I want to repay that faith. And like I say, this is what the boys have achieved. I organise them certainly, and the boys, the other nominees for the awards, tell you, there's a lot of hard work goes into it. You see the wins and the losses, but it's a lot of hard work goes on in the background. But people like Geese make it easy, and it makes it more enjoyable to work hard for them.
Well, it's nice to meet you tonight. Congratulations, and it's true what I was told. You'll have no bother getting that big fella to talk. Thanks very much, Gary. Well done.